Hey, what's up, everybody? Listen. Ooh, wrong one. Listen. I want to turn you on to something. It's called Shot from the Point and Rewind. A lot of you guys didn't sub it. A lot of guys told me to make shorter content. Wraps up entire Shot from the Point episodes in anywhere from 6 to 10 minutes. It's really good. And we have a fantastic editor named Everyday Comrade. And he's not a commie. He just pretends to be one. So if you would look in the description box below before we start the show and sub Shot from the Point Rewind, might be our funniest channel. Enjoy the edits. Enjoy the good stuff. And, of course, this episode will be up there, too. And let's start the show.
My clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go. Owers and tastemakers make us no chaser. Gets the blood flowing like a fucking pacemaker. Cut the middleman and inhale the vapors.
Yes. All the known land. Doc, thanks for stopping by. Who's behind the glass? Listen. By the way, quick update on Wings of Redemption. The show we did yesterday, we might have to recant some of it. Apparently, Wings of Redemption claimed that he was receiving a certain amount of money from some of the bigger troll channels. Two of the major troll channels. What are the names again?
One was Sean Ranklin, and the other was Liquid Rich.
The other, oh shit.
Sean Ranklin, he has
two
no monetization.
I can name off the top of my head, to come to think of it.
Yeah.
Say they don't even have monetization. So it's like, what is old Jordy up to? What's he doing? So I'm sorry we went with the information we had at the time, but might be wrong.
To be fair, there's still Lean and a few others.
You know what? We're gonna unless they were fake screenshots, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. We're gonna put the news team on this. We're gonna find out what's going on, because this is important things people want to know. Right? Oh, especially according to this guy. I'm gonna fire this up there. I should have put this on there initially. But I got a funny tweet today. It's kind of revealing. I would say it's very revealing. Very revealing. I'm a little quiet, aren't I? All right, there we go.
Perfect.
There we go. All right. A little reveal. Check this out. Check this tweet I got. Talking about the Zoe Quinn thing that I did in the news channel in the description box below. Go check it out. I don't even know why you guys are still on this. It's the most bottom of the barrel S. Now, I'm not in it. Shit this week. I know you're a news channel, but the only reason you're still reporting this is because you're desperately wanting to fit your right-wing narrative. Basically, SJW at this point. I find this...
What right-wing narrative?
Right. Well, I'm not going to say that I'm not a right-winger, but
Well, no, but I'm saying from this whole story, I didn't think politics were involved except for the whole...
Well, I mean, look, I have... In fairness, I've said, I think there's a great... On this show, but I don't know how you could take away my right-wing narrative on the news channel. I don't know how you take that away from all. I'm very upfront with that I have a political bias, but, if you watch that, it's just that video. There's no right-wing political bias. There was a story about a figure that had the biggest single event on this website. The biggest single event on this website was Gamergate. I'm sorry. The biggest one. The biggest cultural movement. The thing that had the most impact off the website. And she accused somebody of a serious sexual assault. And that guy offed himself. And I covered it. And there was follow-up. I don't know how, at the bottom of the barrel, Wings of Redemption's bottom of the barrel, and I'm not above bottom of the barrel. I'm pro bottom of the barrel.
I was going to say, you guys have seen some of the Love Phone streams.
You love phones? You see the crazy shit? Keemstar's dying dog. Yeah, get back to making Keemstar's dead dog. Don't shoot to the bottom of the barrel like a dev in the gaming community was accused by the woman that started the biggest controversy in this website's history that had reverberations all around the planet and in our political process in the Western world. It kicked off with Depression Quest.
I love that game.
Are you joking? And it just is, if I had a right wing narrative, here's what I'd say. I mean, I find, especially the SJW left, I find the regular left, the normal left. So the fact that they don't call these people out outside of and when they do call them outside, they become all right themselves. Who's that guy? Weinberg or Weinstein or the guy got kicked out of that university? What the hell was his name? I fucking retweeted something he had. He got kicked out of his university. He's about as liberal as they got. I would agree on 3 things with the guy. Now he's all right. Jordan Peterson's all right. The so-called liberals have been silent since the end of Gamergate. Silent. Dead silent. So if I had to say anything, it's like you just don't want me to talk bad about lefties. You desperately want to fit in my right-wing narrative? No, you desperately don't want to talk about it so you don't have to look at yourself and your own left-wing narrative. Bottom of the barrel. Shot for the point, bitch.
Exactly.
My God. I ain't joking. And let me tell you something. Let me be honest with you guys. Like, I'm not trying to start Gamergate 2 over here. I'm not on some kind of fucking mission. I got to be honest with you, this really bugs me. And the point where it really got on my nerves, I think the most, was Holowka's sister's statement. I keep hearing that. I can't imagine that if something like this were to happen to me or somebody I cared about. Imagine I went to work every day and we all got along at work and shit, and this happened to a coworker, and now everybody's, he was a shitbag. He was a shitbag. Even though a week ago he wasn't. And nobody cared. Nobody gave a crap, including my sister. So if it's not really my right-wing narrative, I think it might be closer to my emotions. The more I look into this Alec Holowka character, the more I find that he was damaged from the inside out. And I'm starting to believe that he was picked not only for convenience and there was a past relationship, but if I was going to make a bunch of lies on lie on somebody like this, I picked the weakest one because he had the least amount of chance of fighting back. And he didn't fight back, did he? His sister opens her statement, his death, his obituary on Twitter, where this all started, with "I believe victims." If I saw as a parent, as a sibling, the stuff that I'm about to show you guys, it's lawyer time. It's lawyer time. I'm getting close to saying, like, look, ultimately, Alec took his own life. He is supremely responsible. But when you start to look at the, not the Hojan move, I'm depressed, I have to go to suicide hospital after I ruined somebody. We're talking about a guy that, long before Gamergate dealt with serious mental problems that his sister confirmed.
It's just like, it blows my mind.
If it wasn't so horrible and there wasn't blood, it'd be comical.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess my right. Do I want to show or do I? That's not a show. It's what I believe. I believe SJWs are modern day Scientologists. I've seen evidence of this. They're Scientologists. I honestly think that some of them are probably devastated right now. And at the same time, they wrote something nasty about him after he died, and they know he's probably more than likely innocent and positive about her to protect their jobs. Didn't they they flagged a bunch of stuff. There's a way to respond to it. Memeology, because he's got a big bullhorn. He reported stuff, and he caught them conspiring, brigading. All the stuff they're supposedly against to silence him and silence his report of this horrible tragedy. I can't think of for adult YouTube. I know why this is on Drama Alert, but for adult YouTube or like college YouTube and above, like people in their 20s, I don't think there's a bigger story. And here's the best part, guys. It's my motherfucking show. I can talk about whatever I want, and I suppose I could do something else. But the truth of the matter is, my friggin' donation. You guys donate, I apologize. I already know what's wrong. The truth of the matter is, I could do a show like this where it's not going to get a ton of hits or a ton of interest. Because apparently when people want me to talk about friggin' Alex, I don't know how long I can do that shit. Yeah, I want to talk about this. I want to spread the word about this. Yeah, maybe I am virtue signaling. I can't imagine, like, nobody sticking up for me. Can't imagine my own sister and my own family. Listen, I know my family. Something like this happened to me or my brother, we would spend every dime, every dollar until we got even. Or at least got to the truth. This is
gotta get justice.
Yeah, justice. At very least, they should want to know if she's telling the truth. Because her allegation led to his dismissal. And as his sister put it, he didn't think there was anything left. And there probably was. Fight back. Vic Mignogna, well, he's in bad shape. Forget that. Andy Signor fought back. James Charles fought back. Slazzo fought back. But I don't know. From what I could see with Alec, he didn't have it in him. And he had serious mental problems on top of that probably kept him from being able to do it. It wasn't as simple as, cowboy the fuck up. Don't be such a pussy. And I keep on hearing about this one headline, male fragility versus, female rights. I can't, this male was definitely fragile. Isn't it funny when they actually ruin somebody? It's basically call them a pussy. But if I were to call somebody a pussy, it's toxic masculinity. No, this is an important story. So go fuck yourself, man. Seriously, I'm sorry that that I'm making you look in the mirror of your ideology and saying, yeah, there's fucked up people. There's fucked up people on the right too. And you got to decide: is this a result of a couple bad eggs? A small sect? Maybe a few bad apples? Or is this the result of the ideology itself? If this is a manifestation of what the ideology is. Because, by the way, when you start to look at history and the far left throughout history, and you look at these behaviors, it looks similar. There's a lot of similarities. It's not like we're not talking about one guy out of nowhere, that wears some fucking Nazi shirt out and blast. This is a way of life, and then you have more civil liberals that don't speak out and look the other way and pretend as though it happened and claim just that it's just, a few bad apples. And then we have the ones that have had enough who are racists and Nazis and homophobes and transphobes and everything else. So maybe the problem is not me reporting on it. Maybe the problem is you dealing with whatever side you chose, and you don't have the ability to look at like, whoa, shit, maybe I'm into something that's fucked from the top down. Because I'm not saying that's the case. You got to come to that conclusion yourself. But if you can't look at you, or this is it's just easier to say Tommy's just a right-wing maniac. You need self-awareness, bro. Go ask yourself, is this Is Zoe Quinn a ruthless witch that's an isolated person that uses these politics to her advantage and it's not indicative of the whole ideology? Or is this as a result of the ideology being twisted and manifesting itself? That's a question for you to ask. It's not my fault that I reported it. Jesus.
And you have the freedom to report it too.
And feel free, start your own YouTube channel and say that Zoe Quinn is 100% innocent. Whatever the fuck you want to do. Don't tell me not to report. Especially some drama channel to fucking begin with and report the most bottom of the barrel horseshit as it is. I'd lick her butt. See? Let's take a look at this fucking horse shit.
That's what I was gonna say. We haven't even gotten into the evidence.
You know. Yeah, this is supposed to be a comedy show, but maybe I don't want it to be today. Thank God I have fuckheads. Thank God. A source, again, Anna Slatz of the Post-Millennial. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I said that in the video. That they do lean right.
I thought you were going to say Post Malone.
The Post Malone?
The Post Millennial.
The Post Millennial. This is his next album. A source with access to Quinn's locked Twitter account provided the Post Millennial with important history that sheds lights on the developer's times with the now deceased Alec Holowka. While in Quinn's August 28th public statement, Quinn did not specify when the alleged abuses took place. Now, that is very important because they're going to say, oh, it wasn't that one. Yeah. But the problem is, we'll get into that. It was stated it was while living in Winnipeg. In other words, she said it was in Winnipeg at Holowka's apartment. A cursory scan of Twitter reveals that Quinn was preparing to leave for Winnipeg at the end of March of 2012. It's almost a decade ago. Unbelievable. For an unspecified period of time and had arrived at the end of March and the beginning of April of 2012. While those tweets appeared to have been deleted and were inaccessible even by the post-millennial source, they had already been screen captured and archived in a YouTube video prior to the deletion of Quinn's Twitter account. I do want to point out this article actually came out. So this must have been going for smart because this article is just about to turn 24 hours. In an August 28th statement, Quinn says to be physically confined at Holowka's unit as she was isolated from the outside world. Tweets reveal a different story with Quinn tweeting regularly throughout the time period in Winnipeg with Holowka, sometimes dozens per day, communicating with many others and describing Quinn's time in the city and documenting many excursions.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And if they say this is I should have said this in the video. If they say this is a different time, right? They were working on a game. It's not okay, Cupid, and that's what she said in her allegation statement. She said that he tried to take over the project. It's not okay, Cupid. So what do we believe? Like, was he really good to you this time, and then he practically raped you the next, or is this the same incident? Or what I suspect is when women are raped, they act funny. Then they pretend everything's okay.
That's a lot of money,
all that other
for
fucking horse shit that doesn't make any sense. That probably has no psychological backing. Zoe's innocent. It was Core Master.
Yeah. It's always Core Master.
Let's go to some other stuff. Here, working. It's not okay. Cupid in a coffee place, playing the Isley Brothers and Isaac Hayes, totally in the move to write romance. Let's just put it this way: if somebody stuck their fingers up your pussy and then dragged you around the fucking house, would you be up for romance? And if you think I'm being fucking graphic, that's exactly how graphic she was. That's what she said happened to her.
She made it sound like she was a human bowling ball.
And fuck you. Oh, that's terrible, Tommy. Yeah, fuck off. That's what she's saying. And this doesn't make sense. Quinn and Holowka also arranged multiple indie games meetups, appropriately named Windy Peg, like indie. I don't fucking know. In mid-April, 38 developers were present, many of which. Wait a minute. 38 developers are present. Maybe they can shed some light on this. Because if Zoe
Where?
Quinn was raped, she would have been down in the dumps. More than likely, they can testify to this.
Yeah, where are they at?
Saying Zoe Quinn was fucking raped, probably on Twitter. They want to keep their jobs.
That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person of color.
These problems because no one's called the police. Well, yeah. Well, police might fucking get you for a false police report. Police might show up at your door with, what were these tweets back in 2012? Isn't that you said the time you were there? Something I glossed over in the reports on Shot from the Point News on the other channel is there was a let's see, there was another dev that let me see her name. Her name was Natalie Lawhead, and she claimed that her rapist, who she didn't name, was a legendary developer. All right, and it just does feel like she jumped on the end of that. And now that Alec is dead, well, maybe she can say if it was him for her to come out, that it was him. So we have her fucking game going broke. She's done nothing. She's produced nothing besides Depression Quest, which is apparently, from what I could understand, if I had a month in school, I could have produced the same thing. Probably longer, though. And we have this looks like a griftering. This looks like this is the best way to feed my bank account because, after all, Zoe has become famous and made a lot of money by being a victim. If you go to any mainstream website on Gamergate, it was just a bunch of guys that didn't want females in games. And they all shit on Zoe Quinn like she was the only female making games. She wasn't even making... Well, I don't want to say that because... the last thing I need is the Text Adventure people to fucking start yelling at me. That's the last thing I need.
Bad person.
I played Ultima in Text, fucko! You bastard! It'd be the time, like, the first time I actually lost subs was when I made a crack about It's Kingdom Hearts. People were mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm willing to piss off a few people, but you're not gonna have too much of a goddamn career if you piss off absolutely everybody. Can't win them all. Winnipeg first meetup, come hang out. Maybe she wanted to, I guess nobody came to hang out, and she could have told them that she had been sexually assaulted. This is April 12th, 2012. This is her communicating with some of the devs on April 30th. On April 29th, on May 2nd. Winnipeg meetup tomorrow. Indie Game the Movie. Is there an Indie Game the Movie? This is all before Gamergate, by the way. This is all before Gamergate. She's nobody. I don't know if he's somebody. He's on his way, I think, to being somebody. And by the way, boys, you got to steer clear. If you're go AAA, get in them companies. Don't go around these people. You have to be a game developer. You don't want to be anywhere near these people. They're crazy. Because I think it's fair to say that if she lied about the allegations, she's clearly a sociopath. I'm not a doctor, but I don't know. I'm just saying.
I approve. And I am a doctor, so.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's true. Dr. Vago. How dare me? I should have just consulted with you.
I approve.
The couple also appeared on a podcast on April 14th called Indie Function, where they discussed both their projects and subject shifted to more personal subjects, such as how they met in their daily lives. That's kind of weird for somebody who's being assaulted, raped, and isolated and losing control of their project. 30 minutes into the podcast, Quinn discusses having met Holowka on Twitter. Great move. Directing messages him at first. What a life-changing event. Think about that. What if that DM doesn't happen? It's kind of weird, spooky. You ever think of that? Your life could be shorter or longer based on a DM you decide to answer.
Yeah. Fuck.
I do want to say again, it was ultimately Alec's decision. All right. But if I do believe that she shares some responsibility if she made knowingly false allegations to become a big grifter. Absolutely. Shares responsibility. Probably not criminal responsibility. But, I mean, certainly civil action probably could be taken here.
I would think so.
You take this to court. Quinn's tweets expected into Quinn's project. Significantly, Quinn notes how Holowka supported the mission of having more than 5% of the industry of women. Another Andy Signor and Alec Holowka should go bowling. Both of them wanted more women in games. Look where it got them. Because they got SJWs. I don't even know if she's an XJW at this point. She sounds kind of normal. Back in 2012. Quinn notes how Holowka supported. Blah, 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 blah. Quinn calls a relationship adorkable. And that almost makes you sad. And because that sounds kind of cute, you know. While being encouraged by Holowka to talk about her project. Let's listen to a little bit of it. This haunting sounds.
So I'm guessing you guys have had this asked 1,000 times, but how did you two meet up?
Twitter.
Yeah.
Alec had been supporting the making games randomly, which freaked me out because this is like right after I had started it. It's like, holy shit, Alec Holowka's like tweeting about us. And he was just like really supportive of the work and trying to get more than 5% of the industry to be women. And
that's what Andy Signor tried. We got him. Although he's up to 100K now and doing okay. Andy Signor is providing some of the best commentary on cancel culture and I would say pop culture as well. I find him to be one of the more sincere YouTubers that I have come across. And he absolutely proved to me with the Pro Jared stuff. An incredible video that really inspired. I'll be honest. I don't think Diori wants me to talk about it, but fuck it. We were worried that he was going to get blinders on about cancel culture and not continue to be critical of Pro Jared and say, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, you're innocent of these, crazy allegations, but you did have this really stupid and dangerous group that children could have easily penetrated. And you bear some responsibility for it. And that's basically what he said. I like how everybody's strawmanning us and saying, "Oh, you're against nudes? What are you, Victorian?" No, we're pro nudes here. We're pro big floppy boobies above 18. Maybe not floppy ones. Love the boobies. While discussing indie game developer Phil Fish, a conversation that eerily relates to present day takes, quote, and that's one of the reasons you don't really want to be famous, because what happens when people basically turn you into a cartoon character, unquote. Quote, you don't get to be a person anymore. You are a concept, Quinn adds. Well, that's, yeah. Actually, Joey would become an example. Example why you can't be friends with wacko feminists. One of many examples. I'm pretty sure I'm not that well known yet because that hasn't happened to me, and I don't think I am the way I would be characterized as one thing or another, Holowka says to Quinn's agreement. Everyone is going to get mad and yell about something. Eventually, they get characterized this way. Quinn's bombshell statement also claimed Holowka had taken control of Quinn's then project. It's Not Okay, Cupid. The podcast, as well as Quinn's regular tweets while in Winnipeg. Did It's Not Okay, Cupid ever come out? Doc, get on that. I don't think it did. I doubt it.
That's I'm seeing I think it got pulled.
It got pulled. It was on Steam and they pulled it.
No, I'm saying the funding. I think it got pulled before it was done.
Shit happens. As Quinn's regular tweets, when a podcast as well as tweets. Now, I suppose this doesn't prove that she created all this. So this is one email, hashtag It's Not Okay Cupid, with the choices and possibilities mapped out. Rough draft. Pew. Oh man, I'm so sick. Let's see how writing dialogue on cough medication goes. This game needs to be more ridiculous. Anyway, so she's taking cough medicine so she can stay up late and work. Or fight through the...
Sipping that lean.
Doing some lean. Too bad she didn't get a hold of Mac Miller's fucking drug dealer. We wouldn't be here. Dozens of tweets in the post-millennials' possession demonstrate Quinn was routinely editing and contributing and designing to the planned game, sometimes with the suggestion of Holowka's provided inspiration or even encouragement. When a boy game dev and a girl game dev love each other very much, they smash heads together and a game comes out.
Amazing!
According to Quinn's statement, Holowka was delayed purchasing Quinn's ticket home, as per their agreement, effectively trapping Quinn in Winnipeg with no funds to return. Quinn states that a roommate who was frightened asked if Quinn needed help getting out. Isn't it amazing that all these real tough, badass freaking feminists or always need to Mario to save them? But they hate that trope. And help was accepted to flee. However, 3 tweets out between April 24th and April 30th demonstrate Quinn is being dishonest about the circumstances surrounding the return to Toronto. In fact, they prove Quinn was aware of the plan to leave at least 10 days prior to the actual departure. In the tweets, Quinn is discussing hours-long layover in Montreal and asking if friends wanted to meet up. She locked her account so she could go to this, and they found it first.
It's a made-up lie.
Is that him talking about racism?
Yes.
Racism has never existed. It's a made-up lie.
You know what's funny about him is all the lefties get so mad at him.
Dude, he was telling Andrew Yang the other day to go back to his country. It's great.
I would never vote for Andrew Yang, but I have nothing but respect for him. There's a few Democrats I've learned to have some respect for. Tulsi Gabbard. And
that's a lot of money, I guess.
And Yang.
For
Larry
Banks.
Banks. I heard that sister of the suicide guy more or less supported Quinn. Yes, more or less, yeah. And claimed that Alec was problems with women and other mental. She didn't say women directly, specifically. I know I have trouble saying that word.
She said abuse.
Yeah, that he had been abused, that he had sought help, that he learned to fix it. But she comes off with the first that Alex is gone and she's your best friend, and she always believes victims. That's a strange thing to say to announce your brother's death. And it would be even stranger if somebody in her family got a hold of this evidence and didn't question it. That's what I'm saying, cult-like activity. There isn't a sister in the world. Wait. Look, I know my brother was an asshole, but come on. Did he do this to you? We've known each other for years. Or I don't know if they've known each other, but you wouldn't tell us? Who else did you tell? Like, what happened? What's with these tweets? Why are you saying you're locked up and you're going to Toronto? Early. Why? What happened? My brother's dead. He's not coming back. No birthdays. No Christmas. No nephews. No grandchildren. Why? That's a normal response.
I'm surprised his parents haven't spoke out to any news outlets. That's what I want.
I'll get you where you need to go. Anybody in the Holowka family, if you don't trust me, I'll get you where you need to go. An August 28th statement, Quinn also says, upon the rapid, anxious escape from the abusive circumstances with Holowka, with help of her roommate, she did not do so much as acknowledge the departure, but on May 24th of 2012, the tweets say that Quinn and Holowka were working hard to, quote, crunch on It's Not Okay Cupid just hours before the flight, utterly disproving the claim. Fuck, more games. We need the self-destruct button. This sounds fun as heck. She's excited about it. She seems happy. She wants to meet people. She's trying to get it done. By the way, it's a normal work, I would imagine, for any developers. The last tweet shared between Holowka and Quinn was sent on May 10th. It is a single hi from Quinn. Okay. Whether or not Holowka responded is unknown due to the locked status of his account. Statements issued after Holowka's death demonstrated it was well known that there was concern about his mental health. Concerns stemming from a long before Quinn's public assertion surfaced. Scott Benson, Holowka's development teammate, issued a statement on Kickstarter after the decision to cut ties with Holowka was made, emphasizing that he had continued history of emotional instability and behavioral problems, that had sought assistance in different points in time. Behavioral problems doesn't necessarily mean aggressive. It could mean weird, annoying, but not necessarily violent. Keep that in mind. You could, if you're not, you could behave yourself by not working and not paying attention. There's a million behavior problems you could have. Benson notes that the termination was not the result of mobbing or other social pressures. But the fact remains the working relationship over 6 years ceased. Exactly. Oh, no, this had nothing to do with this political activist saying I raped her. It's a coincidence.
It just happened.
Who knew? Maybe he saw, Stranger Things, and when the ball girl disappeared, he got really upset. Benson noted the determination was not the result of blah, 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 blah. I already got this. This might be protection in court. Presently, Benson's allegation, both on Kickstarter and his later write-up on the Medium, have been cited as evidence of Holowka's abuses disposition on his post. I can't say that. Post from that's why I'm not going to be a political activist. It's Wikipedia page. Posthumously. I mean, it means after years. I know what it means, but I can't say it. In August 2019, among a number of accusations of sexual harassment towards other developers, Holowka was accused of physical and emotional abuse of Zoe Quinn. And the day following the accusation, Night and Woods developed to cut ties with Holowka. Scott Benson stated, "We take such allegations seriously as a team, but we don't take much interest in whether they're true or not." After they affirmed that other collaborating evidence related to the accusations have been presented of him, how much you want to bet that's a fucking lie, and how much you want to bet if they don't turn it over in a court, you can own the company. Especially with this shit out there. I bet they fucking made that up. Holowka died.
It's insane.
On August 30th. This is insane. On August 31st, 2019, according to his sister, who posted on Twitter about his death, Holowka had been battling mood and personality disorders. And I think it's fair to say not all people that have mental disability are going around raping people. And from what I understand, and what a statement that he made previously, he had the type of mental illness where he thought people were out to get him. Ironic. Though his life, he was a victim of abuse. She explained that she was trying to correct his own disorders in recent years, though, through therapy and medication. She also stated Holowka said that he wished the best for Zoe and everyone else.
God.
Good luck, Zoe. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh. Alex Holowka.
She's crazy.
Yeah, she's nuts too. She's drank the Kool-Aid. Alec Holowka's sister Ellen was on Twitter, announced before his brother said. She also noted that her brother struggled with. Okay, we already got this. I think we've had enough. if you go to the news video and you want the sources that I used, go to SFTP News, click in the description box for this video covering the most recent allegations, and you're more than welcome to it. And now...
That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person of color.
Jim the Grackle vote $5. Thank you so much. I want to see if I missed one before when the thing was down. This segment is over. I'm shot from the point. If you would like to call in and talk about... I pretty much open the phones just about anything. You know, I mean, I probably bummed everybody out as much as you can. I tried to keep it as entertaining as humanly possible without losing my
I got an update on the Liquid Richard thing.
Go ahead.
I'll send it to you on Twitter, I know, but it looks like he did pay Wing back 7 months ago.
Was that about the time the thing with...
that was when he went dark, yeah.
And that
there's the DMs.
And what's his name started all that?
Yeah.
Looks like I
Lean
got
or whatever.
It looks like I got all the donations. Jim the Grackle high as a kite. And our buddy's back. Mr. Oh, I really got to clean up this shit, man. Don't you hate that? Why hasn't they put that fucking... Why haven't anybody investigated that wacko that goes with the school shooter looking guy?
What's his name? Military Gods guy?
Yeah, like Lazarus or whatever. This is just amazing. That, like,
no.
no one's... like, YouTube has done nothing about it. I even let my contacts know something about it. I mean, I don't know how much power they have in that area, so I'm not going to point fingers at them, but nothing was done.
I love how YouTube puts that new warning in the chat and everything about being respectful and going by the community guidelines.
This guy's
and
loading
dude's in there
guns and threatening.
Talking about shooting schools up. It's like, Jesus Christ. But yet, Twoon can't get his channel back.
Yeah. You know, I'm a little suspicious about that.
Man.
I don't know why.
That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person of color.
I gotta be perfectly honest. I didn't reach out with him at first because, I got somebody I know that could probably help him. And I didn't reach out initially because I thought he was a fucking moron that didn't seem to care all that much about it. And I'm certainly not impressed with his past with open folders. But, I mean, Tipster had tweeted about it so much. I felt so awful. I can't imagine what it's like to earn 100,000 subs and have it be stripped away from you. And I got in touch with the contact, with somebody. And I told Tipster, look, get in touch with me. And by the way, we're in the same time zone. I don't heard a fucking thing. Now, he might not like me for some of the shit I said. But, look, I've done this before for people I don't like. You could ask Tipster, right? I'm not going to fucking get in a fight with you in a private DM conversation over fucking open folders. All I wanted to do was help. And I have to be honest with you. I wonder if we're getting the whole story from him. Like, here's the thing. Here's what I've been told. If let's say you transfer ownership, or I'll give you an example. Blair, right? I tried to get my videos back. I was told because she was made a partner on the site, she didn't have ownership, but that I'm fucked. That's the rules. If you give ownership or your password away, you're fucked. So I'm wondering if that's why YouTube didn't reach out to him. I'm wondering. Because I think I sent this to Tipster like 2 hours ago, like 2 days ago, and I haven't heard a fucking thing from him. And then he starts another channel. I hope it was under a different email account. After you've been banned, now you could get it back, and then they'll hit you up with evasion.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope he gets his channel back, because that's a bunch of horse shit. But, like, people reaching out to you, like the 20th or 30th tweet to I wanted to say Honest YouTube, Team YouTube. All right, they're not answering, and I still would like to help, but something tells me nobody can tell him it because he's like a European. He reminds me of a frat boy in the States. He's a Euro frat boy. So I don't know. I hope he gets his channel back, but he seems like a douchebag and a bit of a dope. Maybe that'll get him fucking. I mean, that'll help him out. Toon got his channel back?
That's what I was going to verify.
Good. Fantastic. I stand by everything I said. Douchebag. But you notice I couldn't stand it. I kept seeing it. I kept feeling awful for the guy. I can't imagine accomplishing that and having it stripped away for some bullshit reason. And these fucking Asian dudes are sitting there playing PUBG and telling you to fuck off. Yeah, but Blair, I was told because I had her as a moderator, not more than a moderator. I was told because it's on me. Any video gets deleted, it's on me. Do I have math games on my PC? That's not a PC. That is a single
His
board
channel's
computer.
back up.
Is it?
Yep.
No, probably because Jeremy got it out. Probably.
Yep.
Oh, good.
That's what I was gonna say.
Still think he's a screaming douchebag. But I did let somebody know. And that's essentially what they told me. And I said to them, well, what are the odds of him giving a password to a bunch of fucking Chinese people that don't speak English or Dutch? That's what I said to him. Yeah, but if I was like, come on, like, that looks, when I see a bunch of Chinese guys having it streaming on your 100K channel, that makes me think, that makes me think that it's been hacked. But who the fuck knows? Maybe he had somebody in there and he pissed him off and they gave away a password and changed it. But I'm glad he got everything back.
It was Lizard Squad.
Oh, so what is this over here? That is a single board computer referred to as an Odroid. It has a 400 gig image. Everything from Commodore 64 to Atari 2600, 5200, 7800, the Sinclair, the MSX machines that came out in Japan. More than likely, if not close, every single arcade that was ever made prior to the year 2000. There's just so much in there; it's unbelievable. And it has 20,000 games. PSP, Nintendo 64, Odroid.
Only one that matters.
I am Sinistar.
Yes, Sinistar's awesome. That game's hard as fuck, though.
I could never beat it when I was a kid.
I nailed him once, but they go to the next level and he's even faster. Sinistar. Like Sinistar. All right, let's take some calls. Anything you want to open up and lighten the mood? This is I give you it's college lecture day on Shot from the Point. And Elda Bram, you're on the air. All right, I'll leave you back in there. Maybe I'll get back to you later. Cringe Connor,
shit,
you're on the air. Cringe Connor. Cringe?
All right.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right.
How
I
can
didn't
help?
know who this guy was, right? Before, I listened to the stream, looked him up.
Yeah.
I didn't know he made the fucking music for Powerful Ascension. That game was a banger.
Oh, really?
And
I
its
never heard of
soundtrack
it.
was a banger.
Well, I listened to. Look, he doesn't make games that appeal to my toxic masculinity. Yeah. But I did listen. I'm a big music fan, and I'm a big music fan, and I did listen to the arrangements he made for Night in the Woods, and I was impressed. Like, I thought they were very creative and interesting, and I imagine they were very atmospheric for what he's trying to do. He's certainly talented. I don't think that.
Yeah.
I think I said in the news video that I don't think me and Alec Holowka would have been slamming brews and talking about pussy, which is kind of my favorite thing to do. Maybe a little video games. We just find out we don't like each other very much. But I can't deny that the man had a passion and a talent for an industry and a hobby that is pretty important to me.
Yeah.
Well,
I've always fucking thought Zoe Quinn was a piece of shit, too.
I
don't know.
But yeah, now you're preaching to the choir. But what's the name of the game? What's the name of the game?
Towerfall Ascension. Banger soundtrack.
Would I get claimed? I'll take the chance. Probably not get monetized anyway. Towerfall Ascension. Let's go check it out. Fall Ascension. Let's take a look at it. Come on. Let's see. Towerfall from 5 years ago. 4-player Madness on. Let's check the PS4 then. Oh, I don't want to IGN. No problem. Let's play. All right. I don't know if these guys will fucking claim me or not. Let's fucking pop ahead. Let's check it out.
I think I fired 7 arrows.
Now, does holding square do anything, or no? That just holds the arrow.
Nope, just shoot. There's no power related to holding.
This game looks great.
Oh, the lights are off, boys! Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, it's really fun.
There's like an arcade element to this, and you're like, it's 4 ways. It's like Warlords.
It's so weird without sound. It's
really that's really cool.
I was gonna you can go through the tunnels. That's cool.
Yeah, it looks interesting. It's like, it's very arcade.
It's like the Pac-Man strategy where you can get up the others.
Here's some of the soundtrack. Skip ahead in the soundtrack a bit. You obviously had something going on.
Sounds like RuneScape.
And it's like I said, I think I said, I might have cut it because I did a few edits in the last, I know I'm never getting anything of value from Zoe Quinn. She's never produced anything. And I know that I'll never know what great things Alec Holowka was capable, only being 30-some-odd years old. And when you think of it that way, if you're into this shit, you think to yourself, what a fucking waste.
Certainly a net loss there.
It's huge loss. Huge loss. I wish the family would get their ass in gear. Talk to you later. Bye.
Yep. Good talking to you.
You too.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Where's Linden, New Jersey?
Right next to Maine Woodbridge, like on the border.
There's a man threatening to jump off the city hall right now.
We can't watch that, can we?
No. Well, I mean, it's just a guy. You can see him at the top of the building, but apparently that's what's going on right now in New Jersey.
County.
Little Jersey update for the day.
He wants to jump off the
City Hall.
Let's see how tall it is.
Here, I'll send you the DM.
Hold on.
It doesn't look like it's that far.
Maybe
3 stories.
Lands at his feet.
2 stories.
I'll do it.
Breaks his egg.
I think I know where this is. I think I've been there. I'm sure I'm going to see. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it'll probably... That might not kill you. It actually might just break your legs. Or paralyze
It's like the Bill Burr skit with the guy that jumped out of the helicopter. He just smacks the water.
Well, I hope he doesn't do it. I hope he doesn't do it. Linden's a shithole. There's some good bars in this area, though. I'll just leave you see this. There's some good bars over there. Linden Pride citywide. There's some good bars in like the main area. Otherwise, it's like look out. Like we might not have like a murder for like 3 or 5 years in Woodbridge, but Linden usually gets at least one. Yeah, they get 1 or 2 a year, maybe more. Yeah, it's a lot of those Jersey mob guys live there too. What do you call it? The DeCavalcante family. Yeah, but that town borders the town I grew up on, and it's actually in Union County. I grew up in Middlesex County. Middlesex. All right, let's see if we get the other guy in. If you want to get any calls, listen. Otherwise, we're going to take him and call it a stream. Adalbram, you're on the air. You don't seem to like to talk, do you? Or, dude, you just changed your name.
That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person of color.
Stop kidding yourself. You all know Quinn or AOC walked. You would want to fuck. No, I don't want to end up fucking throwing myself off a fucking City Hall building because, my wife won't talk to me anymore because she fucking believes I raped fucking Zoe Quinn. So I'll pass on that pussy. I'll stick to my middle-aged pussy.
If you can see it in the eyes, stay away.
Raw Obama. Hey, you have to be a heavy political show. You're always begging me to do this shit. You have to be happy with today's stream, Obama.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
But can I ask a question?
Sure.
So why are they obsessed with rape?
I don't know. I think it's
a trigger word.
Fucking I don't know. What did Freud call it? They call them hysterics. It's some kind of manifestation of the electric complex.
I mean, they want to be like victims all the time.
There's power through victimhood. It's enough to fucking kill a man.
But hey, let's make a scenario. Okay, you got Alec and Zoe in a room, and you got Alec sitting there going,
"I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot."
That's a little bit more.
Yeah.
I can see where she's coming from, but I mean, from this guy, I don't see him saying something like that.
No.
No, but how do you even do that? Like, how do you put your finger and like drag someone around?
Hold on a second. I don't know. This doesn't mean anything.
Have you ever been bowling?
What I'm about to do is very. It's not good evidence, but
it's just confusing.
This song calls "Rape a Bitch."
That bass line's really compelling, Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm confused. How can you do that?
I don't be a liar. You know, I'm not a big believer in there's. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I'm not a big thing into more than meets the eye. You know, I'm talking to somebody that's a prison guard, and they're telling me Epstein killed himself. Now he says it's worth investigating the circumstances and if they let him do it or something like that. But he says otherwise he killed himself. Like open close. I think Lee Harvey Oswald shot JFK. Like, nothing more to it than that. Just nobody wanted to accept that some loser could kill JFK. Larry Banks again. The one thing Zoe can claim is she made more games than Sargon's attempt to make a game, which is just one.
Also, why did they want to get in games, these feminists?
I don't know why the reason they want to, that's easy. The gaming industry
That's a lot of money,
has more
I guess,
influence than
for a
fucking
person of
Hollywood
color.
now.
But, like, it's just the fact that feminist games never go good. They're garbage.
They don't care. They care about the spreading the ideology. They're not terribly concerned about the quality. Go listen to, like, you remember this guy? All right. This is a prophet. Yeah, I mentioned. This is a product of the Soviet system. If I can find it. Fuck it. Hold on if I can find it.
I mean, Soviet movies are actually pretty good.
I bet they suck.
They're okay. They don't have a lot of politics in them.
Yeah, oh, really? I'm surprised. That surprises me.
Why would you put politics? It's like slapstick and stupidity.
Oh, I'm all for that.
Definitely gonna get hit with
The Soviet system produced this.
That's good. That's better than whatever the feminists are producing now. Let's be honest.
Communism is worth it. That guy has the look in his face like he's murdered 3 bitches in the past
That's
couple
what I was
weeks.
gonna say. He looks like a villain from a fucking
They brought
Bioshock.
him back. I saw some Russian show on YouTube and they brought him back.
Not bad.
Andrew Ryan rapture.
The only thing would make this crazier if he started throwing chess pieces at the crowd.
Guess so.
You play chess?
I played on 2 times speed.
Yeah, just throwing chess pieces.
Throwing chess pieces like the Ugandans were throwing the chairs earlier.
Yes.
Fuck Boris Bosky!
Bye, Tommy.
Bobby Fischer's the best!
God.
All right, get out of here, Bob. He left? He always knows when to get the fuck out. That's what I like about him.
God, the Ugandan parliament video is great.
That's great. It's funny. It's full scale, bro. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Our new schedule is going to be rotating a lot, but we're trying to get 4 a week. It's tentatively Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So we're adding that extra show. But I actually wasn't supposed to do a normal schedule this week. Next week, I have to go to a school meeting. So that's it. Look for me streaming on some other platforms like Mixer and possibly the arcade. I think I was going to do Mixer at night or anything. Again, I'm going to see if I can get some sex. And if I can, I'll come out here and stream because I'm wide awake. So, I mean, you think I'm fucking joking? Making some shit up to make y'all chuckle? Not true. Mary, I gotta do what I gotta do.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you bout to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she bout to catch a pedigree. Chi-town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones. 6 mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me read them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe.
Jesus, you're still on the rag?